Hi, I'm back again. This is two. Hopefully, you guys can hear me and the stream is okay. So, I'll give it just a few moments for some people to come in. This has happened. No, it said something about the URL. I don't know what it meant, but I'm back again. So, we'll give it just a few minutes. Thumbs up, please, if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. And share part 2 of the video. Thank you so much. Usually those notifications take just a few minutes to get out there, and we'll give it a few minutes. Before we begin, I hated to restart the stream. Good, Leslie. Yay! I thought, darn it, if I lose my Miss Piggy thumbnail, I'm going to be upset. But I just reopened it like it was. So I hope you can hear me okay. And thank you for coming back in. I appreciate that. And there's Raquel. I hope things are better. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank goodness it had something about a URL across the top of the screen. So I don't know what it meant, but I'm back. We'll give it a few more minutes for some people to get that notification. Sometimes I've seen some resellers restart 4 times. So good. Are looking a little better. So I'll have to give it a few minutes for more people to come in. Hopefully they'll stay with us because there's still some amazing things coming up. Just saying. So I don't know if it's the weather and thank you for the hearts, or what it is. I don't know if it's a barometric interruption or what it is, but something was not right. So I just restarted it. Of course, everybody knows that sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So we'll give it just a few more moments. And thank you so much for coming back in. I hate to start part. I think it may be the weather. There's sometimes when the weather does have a lot to do with it. But it said something across the screen about something about a URL. It was in yellow across the top, something about a URL. So we'll give it just a few more minutes because I've got a really beautiful set of dishware that, like I was saying, the plate sold for $125 by itself, and I have 3 of them. I have a total of 13 pieces. Yeah, 13. I've got 4 coffee mugs, 3 teacups, 6 saucers, and welcome back in, Sandra. Sandra, I had to restart. And 3 of the larger plates, and I think it's beautiful. It's Princess House. And it was downstairs, and I finally found it. I know, Sandra, we could get a humdinger of a snowstorm, or, you never know. Maybe it'll fizzle out. And there's Suzanne Hand. Welcome in, sweet. I had to restart my stream. The stream was fuzzy and breaking up, and so was my voice. Thank you for coming in, Suzanne. I appreciate that. But as many of us know, sometimes we have to restart. Well, I'm glad, Suzanne, because those were and there's Selena. Welcome in, sweetheart. I haven't seen you in a long, long time. Welcome in. I hope all is well with you, hon. Good to see you, sweetie. I'm glad you love those. And boy, I packed the dickens out of those, Suzanne, because I know how the post office is. And so I think Sandra had her temperature was over 100 degrees. We may be wishing for 100 before it's. Thank you, Suzanne. I know how the post office is, and they get on my nerves, and you got to do it. You have just, if you centralize the things, then normally, hey, get ready for that storm. Tennessee, yeah. Oh, no, Selena. Selena, do you have a generator? Because man, when the lights go, when your electricity goes out, and being that old, see, Selena's on that southern region where they're really going to get it. And stay safe, Selena. I hope that, I hate to hear about that, especially when the weather's cold. And there is Leslie. Sorry, guys, I had to restart the stream. There was said something about something connected to the URL, and I'm not computer savvy, so there we have it. And thank you guys for coming back in. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's trial and error. No, we couldn't find a kerosene heater. They're all sold out. I know they hear about snow, and it's like a feeding frenzy out there. It's crazy. So we have everything we need. We have a generator, and we have a pellet stove. So we won't be freezing to death. So that's a good thing. So hopefully we'll get some more people in. Thank you guys for coming in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I really hated to restart, but I didn't have any choice. So what I'm getting ready to show you is a piece called Princess House. And I have 4 coffee mugs, 3 teacups, 6 saucers or dessert plates, and 3 large plates. So let me go to my gallery, and there is. Robin, welcome in, sweetie. Miss Piggy is my favorite Muppet. And you know I had to do something whimsical. I thought she was cute. I thought she was adorable. You know, we have to have a sense of humor about things sometimes. And Lord knows, let me find that. So, where did it go? I took a picture of it. Princess House. Miss Piggy is my favorite Muppet, and I couldn't resist. And the way she was dressed just reminded me of myself. So I used Miss Piggy now. And thank you for coming in, Robin, on this take too. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. So now, isn't it cute, Selena? I thought it was so adorable. I had to do it. Here, this is a collection. What I do with that plate. And here's the bigger plate. Guys, this plate by itself online sold for $125 for one plate. So evidently, I don't know how many plates this lady had, but she had sold so many of them, and one of them was in someone's cart. But we're not gonna be extreme like that. So it features a pressed glass floral poinsettia design. I know that, you can see the poinsettia and the frosted glass in the background. These are beautiful, and they are Princess House Fantasia. And when I looked at that plate, and 4 of the coffee mugs with this sold for $72 online. Thank you, Lenore. Lenore, you're sweet. said, knowing the rarity of them, guys, they are rare and the replacements are rather expensive, just saying. And a nice pattern. Now, this time it would be beautiful accompanied with the other pieces. And just look at that. And there's your pattern. So we're talking about 16 pieces of this beautiful, hard to get a hold of that sells for really high dollar online. I researched it. So I think that this set should be kept together, and I'm going to sell it all together because I think it belongs together. If you're a collector, then you would want to get it all together. And I'll finish showing you this is the teacup. And I do have 3 of them. Thank you, Lenore. Here is the coffee cup. The teacup. I've got 3 of them. And here is the mug. This is made, Princess House is known for high quality glass. These are hard to find, guys. And I'm going to sell them as a set. You're going to get, like I said, you're going to get 16 pieces in this ensemble. Like I said, I only have 3, but would these not make beautiful serving plates? And then you have your teacups, and I do have 4 coffee mugs. And I'm going to start this because they're hard to find, guys. And when you do, they're expensive. I'm going to start all 16 pieces at this price. We're going to start this at, I don't even know what I paid for this. Let's see. Let's start everything that I just told you about. Let's start it at $45. To say that's a deal, you don't see this kind of stuff. It's beautiful. You do have the coordinating, everything coordinated. It's beautiful. It's hard to get hold of. This sold for $125 online because a lot of times people, it gets broke. Excuse me, and people need replacement pieces, and you're going to get all 16 for $45. So we've got a big plate, a little saucer, 3 teacups like that, and 4 of these. And what a deal, 6 saucers. And here's how you know it's Princess House. This symbol right here is the Princess House logo right there. That's how you know that you are getting the real deal and not a fake. This is the real deal. And Suzanne said 45, and there's Jean. Welcome in, sweetie. So Suzanne said 45 because I know she probably Googled it, and I don't blame you, and you know exactly what you're buying, and it is gorgeous. So I see Suzanne Han at that $45 bid, and she's going to get all of it. I thought that it should be sold as a set because it goes together. So thank you, Suzanne. So we have Suzanne coming in at that $5 bid, looking for 47 or better. If not, Suzanne will be getting a very rare set of beautiful princess. I thought that this would be especially beautiful. It does have a point. at Christmas time. Thank you, Miss Minnie. This came from Bruce, and it was gifted to me by Minnie that you guys see in the chat sometimes, and it was a gift. And these are pierced, and I so appreciate that. But isn't that gorgeous? Talk about bling. So I don't see any other interest. It looks like Suzanne is going to really get a killer deal tonight. And I know there is a lag. We'll give it just a few moments. We know there's a lag. Yeah, it is stunning. Minnie is a sweetheart. So I don't see any other bids. It looks like Suzanne's going to get the prize of the night. So we're going to start calling this down for Suzanne. So we're going to go once to Suzanne for that $45 bid. That is one, and she knows because 4 cups of these cups and saucers are $70 online. Going once. You're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you. Going twice. Final and last call. And guess what? She's got her a magnificent set of dishware. Congratulations. And we are sold to Miss Suzanne. Suzanne Han. Congratulations, sweetie. The rest of them are wrapped up, so it will take very minimal effort to get these out the door, weather permitting. And congratulations. This set is just beyond, I have no words. So I figured that I would make a count of what is in the set, get an example out of each piece and leave the rest of them wrapped. And those are yours. I could just see this at Christmas with some kind of hors d'oeuvre or something on it being set out for your guests, because those are poinsettias. Congratulations. Congrats. Now that is what I call amazing. Oh yes, Suzanne. Suzanne knows her. She knew what we were talking about. Congratulations. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Set this right back in the box. Whoa. Put it in the appropriate box. And see, I wrapped and counted through boxes. So that is yours. Congratulations. They are wonderful. And, you know, they all have that classic tulip on the bottom. So that's how you know that they are what they say they are, or what I said they were. So congratulations. Great set. And of course, there will be great care taking care of those. Yes, Lenore, thank you for that. We appreciate it. It helps us out. And some of us have goals. And Suzanne, you come in at the opportune time. Let's see here. You hit it out of the park. Well, if you're going to do it right. Let's see what we have back here. Okay, all you colored glass people out there, this is also going up. Let me find that. Thank you, Romel, for subbing, because it's so important to do that. I think supporting people is important. We're all in this together, and this needs a bath. It helps people a lot. So there we have it. Boy, when I seen that set of dishes, that princess, man, I thought, oh my goodness. I said I must have that. This thing's heavy. Let me give you the specs on this. But it's like in the kind of like similar to a daisy pattern, and it has feet, guys. Process when you add feet to something and it's footed like that, and as you can see, a floral motif. And I'll tell you what it is. And thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate that. So let me go into my gallery here. There we are. So what we are looking at here is this is Indiana glass, and it is avocado green. Popular in the 1960s and 70s, features a scalloped floral rim with a three-footed base, often used as a fruit serving or centerpiece bowl, and it is older. And let me give you an across measurement. It needs a bath really bad, but I usually do that. It's 10.5 inches across, and it is approximately 3 inches deep. And let's look. This is expensive, guys. Just saying. No wonder I am hungry. Forgot to eat my food in the air fryer. Well, Robin, now you're going to have to reheat it now. And this is from the 70s. And I'm seeing different prices on this thing. It's big. It's really beautiful. And let's see. Indiana glass. So, footed, it's this big. So it is rather large. It does have weight to it. Robin, now you're going to have to reheat it, right? So we're going to start this one at 15, and that's a steal because of the vintage nature and the size, and that don't happen. Thanks, Robin, for subbing to Jean. So it is $15 starting bid. It's Indiana glass. It is avocado green. It's something would be beautiful on a table. You know what? You could use a bowl if you wanted to. And it is really a pretty one. And then here's your bottom. It has that, a floral type motif. There are your feet. And it's a big one if you like, if your kitchen's an avocado green, opportunities knocking, just saying. It is beautiful. Of course, it does need a bath, and I'll take care of that. I would never send anything out really dirty. Ugh. That's not my style. But there she is. Nice, large, something that you could put on your either dining room table or kitchen table. It's a beauty there. Avocado green, Indy, and I gotta find a place to put that without having a devastating crash. Put that and set it out. So we'll put that right there. If anyone is watching this after the fact, they see anything that did not sell, just contact me. We had some Fenton. We had a beautiful Fenton piece go out. Let's see. I have just got a huge, I guess I could go ahead and offer this one being an antique, but I'll do it anyway. You know, why hang on to something? This is absolutely, it's like the hobnail and it's an antique, guys. And it does have that beautiful star in the bottom. And let's go back to this one, a beautiful bowl for if you want a nice presentation of a food item, then that would be, you know, back in the day, they did things correctly. And there's your Hob star right there. Let me go back to there's no sense in me hanging on to something. So let's go to the gallery. You are looking at this is antique. We go back to the beginning. Let's see here. So, what we are looking at here, not only is it spectacular in every way because of the design, is beautiful. So, we're going to take a look at what this is. It is an antique. I haven't heard from her in a good while. I really don't know. I haven't seen her neither. I don't know what's going on. You're not interrupting. That's a good question. I haven't seen her neither. This is an American Brilliant period cut glass bowl, typically used as a fruit or serving bowl. It features intricate deep cuts with hobstar patterns. The bowl has a scalloped sawtooth rim. These items are highly collectible and often date to late 19th or early 20th century. Similar bowls can be found by manufacturers like Cranston Smith or Stewart, England, but it's definitely an antique. And the first price I saw, my jaw dropped, and there's one even higher. So let's start this one at 15 because it is older. It's uh it's that early American glass, and we'll start this at 15. It's beautiful. Things like this are definitely hard to get a hold of. And so it is crystal. Listen to that. It's definitely crystal. This is definitely that early American glass. Definitely. It's beautiful. Let's see. I see some really crazy prices. I know that. Good Lord. So I see him right. I see it at $437, one for 147, and one for 398. So it's expensive. Yeah, Romel, you need to talk to Robin about watches. I bet she's got a hoard that you wouldn't believe, right, Robin? I think Robin, she probably has a lot of things, but look how beautiful that thing is. I mean, it's just gorgeous. The intricacies and that ping. Yeah, Romel likes those really high-end watches, but it's a beauty. So we'll put that back over there. Now I'm going to have to tiptoe over here and find. I was selling these the last time. I got so much stuff in this room, it's crazy. Let's do this. This size. It's the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, let's get these rolling out of here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of those. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This beautiful glass here, and they're in 3 different sizes. I have 4 of these, and I have let's see. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of these, and there's really old. Some of them have different patterns right there on the bottom. And there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, I thought I had 12. And I'll tell you what they are. They're really, really nice quality. And you have that little thing right there on the bottom, and I'll tell you what they are. No, Miss Leslie, it's still here, sweetie. It is still here. So I want to sell these. There's 11 of them, and there's one size right there. And then another one here. As you can see, this one has a different bottom than that one. And I'll tell you what these 11. That vase weighs over. Let me find what they are here. That's a heavy one too. Let's see. Let me find. These need to go. There's 11 in total. Some of them have 2 different designs. One of them has this one, and then the other one has this pattern, but they're all the same. They're really all of the same collection once I find it. Let's see. Be easier just to make a picture, wouldn't it? Let's see here. Make a picture real quick. Yes, I have that. You want the vase? I think I had that for, how much did I have that for? Let's see. Let me see. Because, okay, what this is, lead crystal wine goblet with a faceted ball stem. I'll have to think of what I had that up for. I don't even remember. Bohemia Crystal wine glasses. Bohemia Crystal are an associated manufacturer like Crystalex or Imported Associates. And the pattern is known as Claudia, though some similar designs can be called Cascade or Iris. Produced in Czechoslovakia. So someone, if they want all 11 of these, because I'm not keeping them, we're going to start bid these beautiful, they're wine glasses, and you have different shapes like that. And then a step down from that one would be this one, and a step down from that one would be this one. So I'm going to start the whole shebang at, let's see, at $20 for everything. It's got to go right now. So let me retrieve that vase for Leslie. What did I have? I don't even remember. Let's see. It's sitting over here. So you get all 11 for $20, and that is just about a giveaway price. And if you like fancy stemware, then this is the ticket. I don't even remember what I had this at. Let's see what I have this at. Let's see. What well, you ain't kidding. That is a steal. Leslie, I think I had this at, I think it was 15, so that's yours. You get, and it weighs over 7 pounds, and I had it at $15, so that is yours, sweetie. Yeah, sometimes you just have to let these things go because you can't, there's no sense. And Leslie's at 15, going once, going twice, third time, final call, and sold. Ding, 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 ding. This is a fancy one, guys. What a deal that was. 15 to Miss Leslie, and it's weighs over 7 pounds. Ding, ding, ding. Congratulations, sweetie. That's yours. That is beautiful. I can imagine this in the spring with some beautiful flowers. It is gorgeous. I Pyrex. I don't think I've ever come across any, but I'll look for some. I think I may have sold Pyrex, but it's been a long time ago. So I'll have to keep my eyes open. And a lot of times your Pyrex, you'll have the bottom and the top is missing. That's pretty amazing, just saying. Eye out because the place I go to that they have, you're welcome, sweetie. They could have anything at any given time. You just have to go in there a lot. And I'll look out for that because I'm sure that they probably have had it. I think I've had it in the past. So moving on. I guess we can just do these. So this is just like what I sold to Minnie last. And these are vintage bourbon glasses, and I found 4 more, and this is what they look like. And they're like bourbon glasses. There's your bottom, and I do have 4 of them. So I will sell all 4 of these. We'll start these at let's see. I'll start the 4 of these at 12 because they're that good. And I do have 4 of them. This is the one because there wasn't no sense in unwrapping the whole shebang just for one. And as you can see, there's like the crystal, it's like kind of cut, and they're perfect. I guess they're perfect for that. And there are 4 of them. Really, really pretty. I think these are pressed. Yeah, they're pressed because there's a seam on them. And there's that pretty right there. There's your bottom. So there's that. Let's see here. I'm going to bring this back because this bell is Fenton. And I sold a killer Fenton piece for really inexpensive. So we're going to bring this bell back around. This has no marking of Fenton, but it is Fenton. And it's the blue opalescence type, as you can see blue running through there. And I really researched this heavy because I wasn't for sure if it was or not. And we're going to rerun this because it's really spectacular. Here's your inside right there if you like it baby blue. And this is what it sounds like. We're going to really look that up. We're going to start at going to have to start it at 15 because it is Fenton. And that's cheap for Fenton. As you can see, the blue opalescence to it. It's in really good condition. It does not see your earlier Fenton pieces would have the word Fenton written inside of an oval, but this one is Fenton. I said I better really research that. It's really a beautiful bell. I don't know what year it's from. Usually I sold one earlier that was from the 60s, but here's your Fenton bell. You know, I know some people collect certain colors, and I had come across this lady collected cranberry, and I was in the Salvation Army and come across one. It's about a 6 1/4. And they didn't know it was Fenton because they really didn't look into it that deep, but it was a base and it was Fenton. But there's a really pretty Fenton bell if that's what you collect. There's that one. Rerun that one. What else do we have? Let's see what I paid for that. You move on to something else. So this is a really amazing bowl here. I'm going to set this up. And look how beautiful that thing is. And let me see if I can't hurry so I can tell you more about it. There it is. But you know, back in the day, they did things real fancy, just saying. This is an Indiana Glass Company horseshoe. It says yellow. It's produced as depression glass between approximately 1930 and 1933. And it says it's yellow, but it looks amber. To me, it might be because it is a vintage item from the Depression era, known for its intricate design and elegant hue. So it is Indiana glass. It says horseshoe yellow. I could, Robin. It's been crazy all night long. So hopefully it's not doing that. So let's see. That's why I had to restart because it was cutting in and out. But this, to me, it looks amber, but it says yellow. And here's your design on that one. How beautiful is that? I mean, it kind of reminds of a colonial. Hopefully I'm not doing it again. So we're going to start. It's the weather. R&R Gina has my. Okay, Romel, y'all take care of that. I have Robin. I believe I do. I think so. So we will start this one at $10. That's a good deal, just saying. So we'll start this at 10. For this, it says it's yellow, it looks amber to me. It might be because of its age, but it's beautiful. Yes. Closer, it is a beautiful bowl. Okay, Lenore, it could be, it's probably the weather being a pain in my backside, but it is beautiful. It's it's not a real thick glass, but I'll give you a measurement on it. So it's a 9.5 inches across, approximately 4 inches deep. Thank you. I've got a punch bowl. Is anyone interested in a really old punch bowl set? I mean, I'm not talking antique. So there's that one if anyone is interested in that. There's your bottom. One of those really pretty intricate type. Because I have a punch bowl over here that's very different. If anyone's interested in that. So there's that. Let me see. Move over. So next up, you might have seen this before, but it behooves re-showing. This is a beautiful vintage compote with grapes and leaves on it. Look at the pedestal it's on. Would that not be beautiful sitting on someone's table? Beautiful, beautiful. With my husband waiting on results, but everything okay. He's just not feeling well. Okay, Lenore, we'll say some prayer. Everybody put up praying hands for Lenore's husband. I hope he's okay, Lenore. I know it's kind of concerning when someone's sick like that. We'll be praying for you. Can get pretty scary sometimes, you know. This is coming in at 9.25 inches across. It is approximately about 4.75 inches deep. It's a beautiful fruit bowl. It has a lovely base on it. Here's the bottom of it. It's very roughly on the bottom. It is a pretty well made piece. So evidently they did probably attach the little stem to the bowl. And we're going to start this one at 12. And that's a big hunk of glass for that price. Okay. Duh, you better hit your... I'm going to start that one at 12. It's nice. That's a steal of a deal. You can't find vintage glassware that's this size for that price. There again, here's the grapes and the leaf design. And then there, it's very nice. It's kind of, the leaves have texture to them. It's just a really, really pretty piece. I like the ruffling on the bottom of that. It's really, really pretty, I thought. Oh my goodness. It's a wonder if I didn't break everything. No glass harmed after that. I better set that down before I do break something, right? So there's that one. Yeah, I hope everything turns out okay. It's really concerning, you know, when someone's in the hospital, it seems like it takes forever to get results. Let's switch over to something a little different here. See. I'll tell you, the more room you have, the worse everything looks. Let's see here. I had a. There's the necklace. Who knows? At this point, I don't even know. Let's see here. Also had a tiger's eye set somewhere, and only God knows where it's at. Let's see. There's my eyes. Let's see here. Oh, I tell you, did they? I had a tiger's eye set. This is kiwi jasper, and even if you didn't want to, and I know the findings are not sterling, but this is kiwi jasper. For those out there, I don't know why they'd put such a nice chain and use such cheap, but this is kiwi jasper. See those big stones? I know that, if you go to buy something like this and that is kiwi jasper, you could take this apart. I don't know why somebody ranked it, putting it on a stone that nice. I don't know what the black thing is, but that is kiwi jasper. And I will sell the findings are not sterling whatsoever. I would take that apart and redo it and put something on it. But those are like pebbles, and that is kiwi jasper. And we'll get rid of this one for 10. Yeah, it's kiwi jasper. Believe it. I think they have a stone for. Put it to the where you can see it, but that is kiwi jasper. There's the. So I'm gonna just, since this is not on. A stone like that is unheard of. So we'll just start the colors. It's basically for the beads. Great deal if you've ever priced stones today. It's not on sterling, but that is kiwi jasper. I don't know what that black stone is right there. I don't think it's a stone, but the jasper could be reconstructed and taken apart. And someone use a decent, this one right here is terrible. It's kind of a gunmetal color. And, it would be basically for the beads, but you couldn't get jasper of any kind for $10 and this many of them. You couldn't do it. I could see that making a bracelet or earrings out of that would be really nice. Have someone take it apart, but that is kiwi jasper right there. I know I hadn't heard of it neither until I picked that up. So we'll put that there. So I thought this was pretty neat. Here we have, this is made of glass. I thought it was pretty neat. There's your big, it's a big glass thing with, it's got little stripes over the top of it. And it comes down to more glass right there. And then it comes, this is leather right here, this brown. It does have a generous extender on it. And we'll start this one at $5. That's a deal. If you're like me, you've got jewelry coming out the wazoo, as they call it. But yeah, I'll give you a measurement. It's really pretty glass if you like glass. So this is coming in at approximately, the findings are not sterling, but I thought it was a pretty neat necklace. So this is coming in at about 16 inches, but it does have an extender on it that's kind of nice, and that's real leather, that. And then the extender is approximately 3.5 inches. So it does extend beyond the 16, but I thought it was really pretty glass. And I think they started out with this glass stone and then they added more melted glass as stripes on it. And if you like brown, here's the ends of it right there where it's connected. It's in pretty good shape. So there's that one. I know I had a tiger's eye set somewhere. I tell you, that's it. Where is that tiger's eye set? Oops. So here is this is clear quartz according to this, and it's from Brazil. And here, this does have a pink, this is the chips. This does have some pink in it as well, and the tag is still on it, and it says clear quartz, and it has the Brazil tag on it right there. Let me move it in. It's hard to see it. It's all clear quartz and the word Brazil. And this one will be 5 as well, which is crazy for something like that, but that's what it is. It's all quartz. It's strung on, I guess, string, and there's some clear quartz with some other things in it as well. Double that up. And it is it's 34 inches clear quartz, and it has Brazil on it. So there's that one. Got some really pretty pink colors in it. So there's that one. I'm going to take a lot of this and lot it up and put it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it like that. So here we have, these are glass pearls. They are knotted. Suzanne, you want that last one? This one here? That one right there? The clear quartz. You got it, kid. Let's put your name on that, and thank you so much. I've got so much jewelry. I'm going to have to start bagging it up and unloading it somewhere. Let me put this right here. I guess that's the occasional, and you got it, Suzanne. It's got some pink in it as well. And I thought it was lovely, and thank you, ma'am. Sold to Suzanne. And thank you guys for being here. Crazy thing we had. I bet it's the weather. Tomorrow, a lot of these states that's having all this snow and all going on is going to have problems with their internet, if they have internet at all. You know what? We'll put a little tag on there and put it in your box right here underneath, and put it in there. And thank you so much. So now we have glass pearls that are knotted in between each one of them. It has no clasp. You can double it. And they look to be in really good condition. They're not real. A good substitute for the real thing, if you ask me. And it does have a pretty on that. And you're welcome, Suzanne, and thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So these are glass, and we're going to do a buy it now of, well, it helps when you hit Lenore, how's your husband? Have you found anything out? Since these are glass and they're kind of long, we'll do 12 on these, which is a steel. I mean, they're not real, but they are knotted. They are glass. Would be very beautiful, doubled up. It's a long, let me get a measurement on that for you guys. Lord, 20. So we're looking at about 48 inches of these glass pearls. And they would be beautiful doubled up. If you wanted to, good substitute for pearls. They do have a nice sheen to them, but they are glass and they are knotted. You know, it has to be pretty good when something is knotted in between like that. But you can wrap it around and around. I could probably put this over my head like that. But I think pearls are really gaining popularity. I really do. I mean, I don't think they ever went out as far as that goes. And I think they're really gaining popularity amongst young people too. You know, sometimes people associate just comes out negative, but he can't hardly this. Oh no, let's pray that guys that he doesn't have that. And he can hardly, he must be really sick. Oh my goodness. I hope it's neither one because, man, that is terrible. Terrible. Let's look over here and see what's going on. I know there's been a lot of flu going around and that, other word as well. And I hope that that's not the case because that is terrible. My goodness. And it's really nerve wracking when you see someone sick like that because you don't know what's wrong and you're worried. And we'll be praying for him, Lenore. I hope everything comes out okay. It's always, we're always worried about things like that, an illness like that. So, can't remember what this was. So here we have, this is a trinket box. Now we've seen all kinds of trinket boxes, but this one tops them. This reminds me of an iron and it is vintage. And I'm just really for sure that that is fired gold right on that and a real good level of fired gold. You open it up. There's your lid. And there's that right there. And here's your bottom. It's just really different. We've seen trinket boxes. I don't think I've ever seen one shaped like this. And I'm going to let this one go for, I don't remember we paid for it. We'll let this one go for 10. It is nice size, so we'll start it at 10 because it is a nice size. And it's a trinket box, believe it or not, and it is vintage. And I will give you a measurement on it. So going from the end handle to the front there, it is 7.75 inches long. It's very unique. It does have like pine cones on it. Kind of different, so that's why I picked it up. It's in really good. I believe this to be, the bottom feels like porcelain to me. Right here on the bottom. It really has that feel of porcelain that's not been, there's no coating over it, but it is a nice sized one and a vintage one, kind of a conversation piece. So there is that one. I thought that was kind of different. So there we have it. And usually your older pieces, the gold gilding is really on there thick. They really don't scrimp when it comes to that. And that's pretty heavy right there, but well done all in the same breath. So there's that one. Excuse me. Silver here. I'm going to bring this one back out because it's just really magnificent. This is a decanter, and I believe it is bohemian, like a bohemian crystal. It's just beautiful. It's vintage. It has this pattern on it, and the little thing that goes on top is just gorgeous, gorgeous glass, and it's just really beautiful. Here's your bottom. You know, they just don't do things like they used to. Hey, Dawn, welcome in. They just don't make things like they used to. And this is a beautiful example of that. And this is older. Let's see what I had this at. It was the more expensive one. So I think I had this at it's 25 because of the rarity of it. Let's do 20 on this one, and it's a good deal for what it is. I believe it's $20 on this beauty. Now it is pretty, and I know that sounds a little extreme for a bottle, but you have to really know how this is very vintage. 20 on this beauty, and we're going to put that at 20 in case someone likes their bottles. And thank you, Lenora, for doing that. And there is that pattern on that. It is a decanter. It is approximately from top to bottom. It is approximately 12 inches tall. And these run for a pretty good price online because of the rarity of them. It kind of reminds me, you know, like a kaleidoscope, you turn it and it almost looks like it's alive or whatever. But it is beautiful. So there's that one. It's pretty good height on that. And if you collect things like this, like a lot of people do, there's your flowers right there. And it is a beauty, just saying. Okay, what else was going to do something I totally forgot. We'll set this back over here in a safe spot. Dawn, you're in the north, you're probably gonna get hit with just like we are, with about 15 inches of snow. Because I know it's normally colder in the north, and then it's gonna get down to real like 5 below zero. I was going to show something and my mind went blank. So I bet it's coming your way, probably. I think a lot of southern places are getting freezing rain and sleet. Yeah, I think it's coming here about 2 o'clock. I was going to show something and my mind just totally went poof. What was I going to show? Oh my goodness. Yeah, because Don, you live further north than I do. Let's see. Let's get this red vase. Okay, all you people that like vases, we got another one, and this one's red. And I think this is older. Let me give you a measurement on it. Really like a ruby. We do have a little uh-oh right here. That's probably worse. where it's been moved around right there, but it is red and it is dirty as all get out. And here's your bottom. And I think I took a picture of this. Usually, I think this is a little bit older, and I think they should have rinsed it out, but who am I to say? Nothing like getting a vase complete with your, I'm telling you, it's getting scary when they're talking about that much snow. Let's see the gallery. If you like red vases, and I will clean it up because it does require cleaning. So let me go through here. Let's see. I think I went too far. There we go. Makes it dangerous for driving. People are just going to have to accept it and stay home and don't act like they're invincible. Features a bulbous body with a flared mouth. This is vintage. Some comparable vases are attributed to manufacturers such as Fenton or Indiana Glass. Well, my guess would be Fenton because I don't think it's not Fenton, but Indiana Glass. And it's like a ruby red color. And I got this for a pretty decent price. So let me give you a measurement on it. You know, it needs to be cleaned, 11 inches tall. They should have wiped this off before they put that out there. That's disgusting. So there are, let's see, I can't tell if it's dirt or what it is. But there are a few condition issues. It does need to be cleaned. It is a pretty good sized vase. If you like red, and I'll start this one at 12. There's just a little thing right there, but it is a beautiful red colored glass vase, and more than likely it is vintage, and that is disgusting, but we'll turn it around. Needs to be cleaned. I can't believe someone donated that. And that, whoops, it looks like it's cracked here. Well, I never noticed that. It does look like it's cracked. We'll bypass that one because I think it's cracked. Now, I would use that here at the house. It looks like it's cracked or something like that. So we'll pass on this one until I can see what's going on. It does look like it's maybe we'll bypass that one. Dirty. Ugh. So let me move this around. So we'll move this. This is one of those, you know, it's absolutely vintage. It is egg shaped. There's some stippling in there, and this is an egg, and it has a, it looks like geisha girls on it. And we'll turn that to the side. It does have a floral motif. There is texturing in between there. And I'm not for sure the age of this, but it is vintage for sure. And if you like to collect this kind of stuff, there's that on the bottom. It's just really beautiful. It does have the gold, you know, gilding around that. I'm pretty sure. Let me move that in a little bit. So we will start this at $8 because it's very well worth it. It is older. It didn't have a base to it. So I suppose that's the way it came. So we'll start it at, started at 8 for this little collectible. And Sometimes I would say this is probably, I'm not for sure, but I thought it was very pretty. And there's the your little scene right there. Looks like geisha girls to me. You do have that texturing on the outside of it right there, as you can see. And there's that one. Over here. Anyone watching this after the that would like anything that has not been sold during this live, you contact me. My email is on my YouTube page and the description. So this is really pretty, but it's delicate. This is Viking glass, is what this is, and you don't see a lot of it. And I've had this for a little while, but it's got like a frosted feel to it, and it's really a beautiful vase. I'll give you a measurement on it. It is approximately 9.75 inches tall. Watch what I'm doing, but it is rather on the thin side, but it is beautiful. It's very opaque in nature anyway, like Viking glass is, and it's really pretty. So I'm going to, for Viking glass, I'm going to start this one at $8. Viking glass is very collectible, and I'm talking right into it, and it's echoing like crazy. And this is starting at 8. That is an excellent deal for Viking glass. A lot of your Viking glass is very opaque, just like this one is, and it is absolutely vintage. It has a very delicate look to it. I would say that that's definitely, that is not, I don't think it's hand painted, but it does have a beautiful, beautiful. And there's that one, pretty in pink. There's nothing on the bottom of it, but it's absolutely Viking glass. Something that you would want to put on higher on a shelf. I guarantee you, because it would totally break if you didn't. So, let's see. Put that right over there. I've got so much stuff, it's just everywhere. Hey, I forgot to offer this one. This one is really an amazing piece. And it was stuck under the table. No wonder I couldn't. Sometimes you get things and you can't find them. So there we have, I'll have to Google this because I'm not really for sure what it is, but it's a really pretty bowl here. I'll have to take a picture to discover what it is because I have no clue. I've had it and I kind of stuck it on the table. At one time, I had some some cups that would have matched that, but I think I sold them a while. But there, we'll get this. Is absolutely a vintage piece, and I'll tell you what it is. And this is what, it has that gold gilding and things on it. I thought it was really pretty. And I had some cups that matched it, so maybe, let's see. I set it underneath here and never did bring it out. I don't know why. Alrighty then. This is an Hawking Golden Grapes chip and dip bowl. Where's the dip part? I see the chip bowl, but not the dip. It was originally sold as part of a set that included a smaller dipping bowl and sometimes a metal holder. The design is characterized of mid-century modern style. And this is from the 1950s, and evidently I'm missing a piece to it. But I thought it was just so pretty, I went ahead and picked it up. As you can see, it does have that gold gilding on it right there. And it is a anchor hocking glass chip bowl with white gold grape leaf pattern. Let's see what else it says. So this is a vintage 1950s to 60s. Let me put this right here. It was part of a set. And we will do this. I mean, I'm missing the dip bowl from what I can see, but the bowl itself is very pretty. And we'll start this at 12 as well. On that, we'll go straight across 10.75 inches across is 6.5 inches. Century Modern. And here's the bottom of it. That gold type right there on those grapes. It's just a real old, and evidently it was missing a piece, and I didn't, the dip bowl, and I didn't realize it, but it's still very nice in itself. And even the leaves on there is got that gold gilding on it, and you can see that as I tip it right there, that has gold on it too. So there's that one. I had it under the desk here. And we'll set that one right here. So we're going to call it a night, but I want to have a giveaway. Let me see here. We're going to have a giveaway, and I'll show you what it is after y'all answer the question correctly. So this is a trivia question, and I'll show you what you win after you answer correctly, and you're going to be surprised. I'm going to leave it as a surprise. So let's do a trivia question. Let's see. Okay, we'll do this one. What is the only animal that can only move forward and not backward? What animal only moves forward but not backward? And you're like, what? So think about it. What animal in the animal kingdom cannot move backward and only forward? And they're like, what? Carahel just got it, a frog, and that's true. So guess what, Carahel? You know what you win? You win this right here. That is amethyst, and that's a chunk of amethyst. So you will be getting this as a prize, and that's why I didn't show it to you. And that's it would be good. This is the real thing. You won that. You're welcome, sweetie, and I do have your address. It is a frog. A frog can only move forward because it doesn't hop backwards, and that is the prize. A big chunk of amethyst. That's a pretty nice color, too. And that is yours, my dear. She come in right with the right answer. So Carahel, she takes home the prize, and it was a frog. Congratulations. A big chunk of amethyst. No, Carahel, it sure didn't. Let me dig that out for you, sweetie. Let me see what I done with it. probably sitting right in front of my face and I don't see it. If you'd see this room, you'd know why I'm looking around like a crazy person. What'd you do with it? I'm the only one I know could lay something down and totally lose it in this room, and it's not that big. Let's see. Well, duh, here it is. I meant that for me, duh, not you. So I think I had it for did I have this for 20 or 25? This is what you're referencing to. I had 25 on this one. And Duck in the Pond, but it's in its original box. It comes with its original paperwork and it is green. I know it's small, but it is vintage. Okay, yeah, I had this one at 20. It doesn't even smell old on the inside. I had this one at 25 because it had it had the original box and the original paperwork that came with it. Is that okay? There's your paperwork and here's your box. Original, might I add. Alrighty then, so we are sold. The box is in really good condition for the age. There's that right there. Thank you, Hell. We were going once, going twice. Final and last call, and Hell will be getting this beautiful jewelry box with the original box and the paperwork. Congratulations, sweetie. That is yours, and I will put your name. I just thought it was different. You know, it's very rarely do you get a jewelry that's in the original box and the paperwork. My goodness. I had one time that was a lot bigger than this. That was a Farrington. Congratulations. You know, it's kind of like when you have the original box and everything that makes some things much more valuable. Okay, while you're here, I want to re-show this again. This is silver plated, guys, and I couldn't believe it had not sold. This is a Gottinger silver plated jewelry box, and it's heavy. Turning on it. Isn't that gorgeous? Silver plate. It needs to be cleaned up. It's not, it's just a matter of wiping it out because it's dusty. Look at that. And that is a Gottinger, and that is dust. That's not dirt, it's dust. But look at what good shape that's in, and it's probably from the 60s. And I'll give you a measurement on it. Carol hit the proverbial jackpot. She'll be getting a big chunk of amethyst. It was sitting over here, and I thought, why not? Because I can. Let's see, it's 9 inches long and is approximately 3.5 inches. This is silver plated, I'm pretty sure, because it is a Gottinger piece. And look how beautiful that is. And then there's what the front looks like. And I think I have this one. And it's heavy. You know, I'm almost suspect that this might be, because it's heavy, but things were heavy back then. So since I've had this downstairs for an eternity, we're going to start this one at 15, which is a steal of the deal because it's silver plated. And we're going to start it at 15. I will clean it thoroughly. Not dirt, it's dust. How dust got in there, I don't know. But if you like something, it's heavier and it's just really beautiful. You have your and your thing for rain. It's just needs to be dusted, but it is beautiful and it is silver plated. And Leslie said, "Say no more. I'm in at 15." So we have Leslie in it. This is heavy, Leslie, and this is really an older piece. I do believe that it's been in down. I mean, we've lived here for 18 years, and I've had it a long time. So I see Leslie in at that 15. I will clean that, Leslie. I would never send anything in a shape like that to anybody. So we see Leslie in at 15. And I do not see anyone else coming in. So Leslie will be getting that, and I will clean that myself. You know how I am. I can't stand it to send something like that. So seeing Leslie is the only one, we're going to start calling that down to Miss Leslie. So we're going to go once to Leslie for $15, going twice, final, and last. I mean, that is absolutely a Gottinger piece, and we are sold for sure. And I've had it for so long that I picked it up. I was on a scouting mission downstairs, and I said, that needs to go. So that is yours. So, guys, I think I'm going to thank you guys for all coming back after that first faux pas on the first one, but sometimes it can't be helped, and we just start all over again. So, for those of you that's in the way of the storm that's coming, make sure that please do not go out in that. I will, Roman. Good night to you, sweetie. The paramedics and the fire department just stay in. And another thing, if you have anyone out there that's a neighbor that's an older person, go check on them. Say, is there anything that you need before the storm? Because we just never know. It should. I think if they catch somebody out during something like that, they get a ticket unless they have a very good excuse for being silly and being out in the eye of a snowstorm. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad, Leslie. I always have a wonderful time with you guys. Don't forget that thumbs up. Stay safe. Stay inside. And never go out in a storm like that. So I will catch you guys later. Love you guys. And I'll see you the next time. Good night. And be safe out there now. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.